This is Caitlin Morgan with Art 337 and my final information heavy website design. This is my landing page that I ended up with. This is Adams County, Iowa. The original website for this county is incredibly drab. There is no clear organization of information. There are not good pictures used. It's pretty drab and boring. It's hard to navigate and find exactly what you're looking for through the research process on county websites. They are in fact full of information from everything that you can possibly imagine, and so trying to organize all of that in a way to make it easy to navigate was definitely a challenge. And after a lot of user testing, I learned a lot. And some of my early sites were still showing that they were hard to navigate, and there was a lack of understanding as to what type of site you were on and what to do once you got there. And after multiple rounds of user testing, this is what we ended up with, and we got really good reviews, and it seemed to make a lot more sense. So I made mine a little bit taller so that you would have to scroll. One of the first things that I noticed was that more modern websites have their navigations smaller, tidier, and tighter. And so they're more tucked away, but still extremely accessible and easy to locate without taking up too much space. My early designs, my navigation really was taking up almost a third of the page. So it's easy to spot, but unnecessary. I also found that since there is so much information on these county websites, you really can't include everything into your normal navigation. So I also included this Find It Fast navigation, which is just another list of common links that people will be looking for when they came to a county website. And so easy to spot the first list of things that you can see. I found this cornfield image to really showcase Iowa and what Iowa is about. It was a little bit brighter and prettier. I did scale it back a little bit so you could put text over it. And these arrows here are buttons, and you could scroll through for other images, and each image has a little snapshot of some sort of information for the town, whether it be something from the calendar or some county news. I found that was a really common feature on a lot of these websites that I looked through. So when you land on the page, the things that I found that people wanted that be most important were news about the county. I know that's something that I actually do personally, is I look at our county for news and updates and just things that are going on to stay informed. These are my main focus links, the things that the assignment called for, and things that I found were just important. User testing, originally these were also images, much like this one, that I also scaled back to put text over it. But when you scale back every image on the page, the whole page actually turns out to look very washed out. And so we went back to the drawing board and decided that icons were the best fit. And then my second round of user testing with those is that the icons by themselves, people didn't recognize that they were buttons and they were links. And so we decided to give them this gray background to showcase that these are in fact buttons and they stand out. So you can register to vote, find your DMV. If you have a jury summons, click here, find out what to do, and then find out the dates and information for the county fair. That would also showcase if you were in 4-H and needed to actually enter into the fair. This would be the button to get to all of that. Everything here is a link. So my county news, there's another link here. And then in my footer, I wanted to also give easy access. So I made a list of what these would be links as well. Information for these people in the county. So residents, businesses, volunteers, employees. Do more online, phone number. This is a search results page. I decided to keep it very simple and to the point, not straying away from the layout on my home page. So you would click the magnifying glass, type in your search, and this is what would come up with all of your results. And if you didn't find what you were looking for, you could have another link here to click and search again. And then this was a really fun page to design, was the historical photo gallery that was requested. The images were fun, and I decided to do a backdrop image for this one instead of the solid color. I thought that just was a little bit more interesting and changed it up quite a bit. I did decide also to do some mobile views. So if you were to go to the Adams County, Iowa site on your mobile, this is the screen that you would get. I did decide to go with the hamburger menu. That seems to be the most common. A search bar, those same 4 links, and a calendar. And then I also decided to show you what you would get from the hamburger menu. And so I recognize that there are more pieces of information and pages than what you could showcase in the typical navigation. So on this homepage, I did keep a search bar similar to the full web page view. Those are my designs for Adams County, Iowa. Thanks so much for watching.